Following program is a production of Hō'ike Kauaʻi Community Media. Aloha Kauaʻi. Today's episode might be shorter than the past couple have been, but it's still full of important news and events happening here on Kauaʻi. We've got some info about Lunar New Year celebrations and ukulele meetups, as well as details about a musical team named Kid Band Alley, who teaches Kauaʻi's youth all about writing music. It's all right here, and it's all on the way for you. Right now, as a matter of fact, let's get to it. I'm Tricia Allen, and this is the Hoike Weekly. Let's be honest, you're mostly interested in all the fun events on the way here in the next week, so let's get to all of Kauaʻi's upcoming events. Kauaʻi's Agency on Elderly Affairs is hosting a presentation about fraud and scam prevention on Wednesday, February 12th, but registration for this event is open now. A multi-agency group called Kupuna Alert Partners will be providing information on Medicare and securities fraud prevention, as well as prescription drug misuse. It'll also include how to prevent people from falling victim to identity theft scams. Registration isn't required, and walk-in participants will be accepted, but registering for this event will help ensure that there's enough materials and refreshments for everyone. So to get more information, scan the QR code on your screen. Lunar New Year celebrations will be underway next week. 2025 is the year of the snake, and Hale ʻOpio Kauaʻi will be celebrating it with a New Year craft workshop on January 29th from 2:30 to 5 p.m. While people are there, they'll build a dragon puppet, play games, and enjoy some snacks, all while learning about Chinese New Year. For details about this event, like how to RSVP and more, just scan the QR code on your screen or visit the tiny URL link in the show notes if you're listening to this on the podcast studio. The shops at Kukuiʻula are also celebrating the Lunar New Year by holding a special Flavors of Kukuiʻula event on January 31st. From 5:30 to 8:30 p.m., attendees will get to see Tsunami Taiko drummers and Kauaʻi Collab perform. The family-friendly celebration will also include firecrackers, traditional lion dances, and of course, plenty of food and refreshments. Scan the QR code for more info. Now, last week, we told you about registration for this class, and now the time has come. Hale ʻOpio, in cooperation with the Ho'okele Coalition, is holding a substance use and youth empowerment class for ʻOpio ages 13 to 20 on Friday, January 31st. This is an interactive prevention education class focusing on how choices now, including the use of drugs and alcohol, impact people's lives and legacy. It'll take place from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. at the Hale ʻOpio location on Umi Street in Lihue. Mu'umu'u month is coming to a close, and there's one more way you can celebrate. The Kauaʻi Historical Society is holding a Pauhana gathering at Nohona and Konglong Market Center in Kilauea on the last day of the month, January 31st, and the event begins at 4 p.m. On Sunday, February 2nd, the AG Ukulele Academy team is hosting their monthly meetup and jam session. All ages and skill levels are welcome at this event, which runs from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. and takes place at the food court in Kukui Grove Center in Lihue. Now, I know spring break may seem like a ways off, but it'll be here before you know it. That's why our friends at Hawaii Children's Theater are already opened registration for a couple of classes that they'll be having over the break. One of them, Film Production and Performance 1 class, is for students ages 12 to 18. It'll take place right here at Hō'ike and runs in the mornings. This workshop covers everything from transferring stage acting to screen, solo scenes, auditions, set etiquette, industry lingo, camera operation, and basic editing. Hō'ike's very own Max Richardson is actually one of the instructors for this class, so you know it's legit. By the end of it, participants will be certified Hō'ike producers and will be able to show off their own scene made during the class. The second class option is for students ages 8 to 15, and it's a full-day boot camp where participants will dive into the world of theater with hands-on training in dancing, singing, and acting. At the end of the week, the young performers will take the stage to showcase their talents in a live performance for family and friends. Looks like it's newsflash time. Here's the latest hyperlocal news you need to know in a nutshell. Kauai's Keiki have been flexing their musical muscles lately with a group called Kid Pan Alley. Paul and Cheryl Reisler run the program and have been teaching kids all about how they can create, write, and perform their very own songs. We actually had them in the studio yesterday to talk about how Kid Pan Alley does it. And since Cheryl and Paul had their guitar with them anyway, they even showed us how they do it with a little performance. Take a look.
Say a little bit of the lyric there, Cheryl. The shells on the shore.
The shells on the shore remind me of.
Well,
I know we just sang it, and now it's just totally on my head.
Aloha Kauaʻi, I am Tricia Allen, and in the studio with me, we have Paul and Cheryl Reisler, both with Kid Pan Alley, and they are pretty talented musically. We got a little personal concert before we started the interview, and so today's going to be a good day. How are you folks doing so far?
Well, we're doing very well. It's been really fun talking with you or playing music for you.
I know, it's a great way to start the day, I have to say. Tell us a little bit about Kid Pan Alley and what you folks do.
Sure. Well, we write songs with children all over the country. This is our 25th anniversary year. We've written somewhere between 2,800 and 3,000 songs with somewhere between 90 and 100,000 kids all across the country. But we love coming out to Hawaii. I think this is our 14th year coming out to Hawaii and writing songs with the children on the island.
So you've been working with the kids on Kauaʻi. Was it St. Teresa School?
We were at St. Teresa this week. Next week we're at Keikaha and Aloha Kauaʻi also. And then we go over to Maui.
Okay, walk us through the process of meeting the kids, deciding on a subject for the song, writing it, and then performing it. How does that scenario work when you come to a school?
Well, usually, in fact, always we start, what do you want to write about today?
Oh, you ask them.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And we get about a dozen to 15 ideas up on the board.
Okay.
And then we vote on it, and whatever gets the most votes generally is what we write about. We brainstorm on the idea, and we talk about a first line, how important the first line of a song is. And after we have a section of lyric written, one of the children will sing it, and I'll play it in 3 or 4 styles on the guitar, and we'll go through and finish writing that first section on the first day, which is an hour.
I was just going to ask, how long does this whole process take?
So it's the first day is an hour, and then the second day we write a contrasting section and more verses, and sometimes a bridge on the second day. So it's 2 one-hour sessions to make it happen.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah. At the end of the week, we have a concert and they perform their songs. So,
that's pretty incredible.
Really, it's rapid, but it's just, it comes together so quickly.
How fun. How often do these songs that you write with these children get stuck in your head?
Oh, every hour and minute
Every
of
hour.
the day.
I would imagine.
I always have a song going on in my head.
Just constantly. And I'm going to have a few in my head from earlier when you performed. And we're going to give you a little snippet of that performance right now.
The shells on the shoreline, the mountain breeze.
ancestors swaying palm trees. It's perfect here in paradise, perfect on the island. Let me tell you who I am. I'm Hawaiian. Surfing at Hapuna as the waves roll in. Fishing for ulua with my family and friends. It's perfect here in paradise, perfect on the island. Let me tell you who I am. I'm Hawaiian. Though I may someday move away and travel to some distant land, I know I'll return, I'll always yearn for the calm and the peaceful life in Hawaii. The colors at sunset, red, orange, and green. Clouds paint a picture, they remind me I'm free. It's perfect here in paradise, perfect on the island. Let me tell you who I am. I'm Hawaiian. I'm Hawaiian. Ooh, I'm Hawaiian. I'm Hawaiian.
Now, that song is called I Am Hawaiian. Can you tell us a little bit about that song?
Sure, we wrote it at North Kohala Elementary School on the Big Island. And one of the things that I love so much about coming out here and writing songs is the songs are quite different. The kids have such a respect and love for nature and also for the ancestors. And so they write, in some ways, gentler songs than you might write in Los Angeles, for example. So it's really fun. And this one's one, say a little bit of the lyric there, Cheryl. The shells on the shore.
The shells on the shore remind me of.
Well,
I know, we
that's
just
where-
sang it,
we
and
just
now
sang
it's
it.
just totally on
The
my
shells
head.
on the shoreline, the mountain breeze, the stories of the ancestors, the
Swaying palm trees.
It's perfect here in paradise, perfect on the Aina. Let me tell you who I am. I'm Hawaiian.
And who sang it?
John Kiawe, who is from the Big Island, sang it, and he and I both played slack key guitar. We had a wonderful pedal steel player from Halo on it, and then we filled it out with some of the other musicians that we work with a lot.
And you can't see it right now, but there is a QR code that shows where you can go to watch that YouTube video. Scanning it will get you there. Too sweet. But you also have a website as well,
Yes.
where people can go to get information about Kid Pan Alley, all of what you do. What is that website?
So the website is Kid Pan Alley, just like it sounds, .org. And there's a lot of songs up there. And we've made, 6 or 7 albums that are available on all of the different services with a lot of great artists, like I mentioned, some of them, and also people like Lisa Loeb, Sissy Spacek. All of these people have just loved the songs we've written with the kids, and we're willing to sing them on our albums.
Wow, you've worked with some pretty big names. And for us, big names are our children.
Yes.
So thank you for doing that. St. Teresa you have a performance coming up
Tomorrow.
Ooh, tomorrow
Tomorrow
already.
Tomorrow morning at St. Teresa, and then on the 31st at 10 o'clock at the Waimea Theater, we'll be doing all the songs we've written here on Kauai at
And
10
we'll have
o'clock.
students from
Alakai.
will be there.
Oh, that's great. So St. Teresa, Kekaha Elementary, and Aloha Kauaʻi students are all going to perform January 31st at the historic Waimea Theater at 10 a.m. on Friday, January 31st. Did I get all that?
You did. Perfect.
That's great. Thank you so much for coming into the studio and giving us a little morning concert. It was a great way to start our day, but also, more importantly, telling us all about Kid Pan Alley and what you folks do. We look forward to hearing from you in the future.
Good. Well, thank you so much. This was really fun to work.
It was fun, wasn't it?
Yes.
I had a blast.
Me too.
Me too. Mahalo again to Paul and Cheryl. I did have a blast. Boys to Men Mentoring of Hawaii is looking for volunteers for some upcoming programs at Chiefess Kamakahele Middle School and Aloha Kauaʻi Charter School. Director Steve Evans will be hosting an informational Zoom meeting that'll include all the relevant info regarding these programs on January 27th at 6:30 p.m. You can scan the QR code on your screen or click the tiny URL link in the show notes for details. Keep an eye out next week for some sign waving at the intersection of Puhi Road and Kauamuali'i Highway. January is Human Trafficking Prevention Month, and the YWCA of Kauai will be holding signs in front of the KCC campus on Thursday, January 30th from 3 to 4. This event is being held 2 days after a planned mayoral proclamation on Tuesday, January 28th, and the public is welcome to attend. You know Hō'ike will be there, so be sure to tune in next week for that coverage. The Puhi Park pickleball courts may be closed until May, but K-Pal is getting ready to open up their shiny new pickleball courts on January 30th. The grand opening for these new courts, located near the Kauai Philippine Cultural Center, takes place at 10 a.m. on the 30th, and we're going to be there. So check out next week's episode to get a full recap. All right, Kauai, until then, that's all the Hō'ike we have for you this week. I'm Tricia Allen, wishing you love and aloha. And an extra layer of clothes because it's been pretty cold lately.